Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV. So today I'm going to be testing out a new product from a company called Aolithium. So in the past, maybe a year or so ago, I had tested out their battery and did a review on it. I found it to be quite a nice battery, really well built. Very impressed with the construction of it. It seemed to perform quite well. I had a lot of likes. Some of the dislikes I had was only a 5-year warranty. The positive negative terminals were too narrow for large gauge lugs. Only supported 2 batteries in series. There was very little brand history and awareness. And the smartphone app kind of had weirdness at low capacity settings. But then they kind of took some of their criticism and redesigned things and came out with their 4S model, which corrected a lot of that. So I also did an updated review on that. So overall, I've been pretty impressed with the Aolithium. One of the batteries I included in a giveaway I did, I think it was 2 winters ago, and I've kept one and just been using it as a spare battery, using it for testing things and if I needed their backup battery, and no problems, no complaints. It's worked well. So recently they asked me if I'd like to look at their new power kit that they're going to be coming out with. So far, I don't think it's out to market yet. I think they're going to try to do a Kickstarter or something like that. Anyway, I was interested enough to say, sure, I'll check out your power kit. And this is what is the heart of it, is this inverter box. But unlike a lot of the power stations like Blue Yeti and EcoFlow and Jackery that all are one unit, this one is sort of separate. They use their standalone batteries, and then they have the box that has most of the controls and stuff like that, and then you can plug solar panels into it. So let's just take a look here what their specs are. So you can do up to 400 watts of AC output through the inverter. I think you can parallel 2 boxes to gain that. The inverter itself in one box is 2,000 watts pure sine wave with a 4,000 watt surge, but you can parallel 2 of them together. This is interesting though. It has expandable large capacity, so you can put 8 of their 100 amp hour 1280 watt hour batteries together, and that can give you 10,000 for 240 watt hours. So you can have 8 of their batteries together into one box. It also has a Bluetooth app. It's also got UPS, so you can have, for home backup, you can plug things into it. If your power goes out, it automatically will switch to the battery power. 3 different recharge methods, premium LifePo batteries, of course, their own lithium batteries, built-in smart BMS, 4,000 plus battery life cycles. That's what they claim for their batteries. But unlike some of them, if the battery quits or wears down, and like say a Blue Yeti, you're kind of stuck. You're gonna have to send it to the manufacturer. Something like this system has a pro of you can just order yourself a new battery and hook it up. 11 outlets, and they say 8-year warranty. Let's cruise down here a bit. A bunch of marketing stuff. There's more of the inside of their battery. It's kind of a unique construction compared to a lot of them. They have kind of 2 of their cells end to end, and then instead of inside using cables, they use flat copper bars, which can handle a lot of juice through them, and they have a really good BMS. Overcharge protection, over discharge protection, over voltage protection, smart sensors for high and low temperature protection, short circuit protection, and a balance function. There we go. That's a closer look at what that looks like. So they're saying, yeah, massive 2,000 watt can be bolstered to 4,000 for a surge. Just a quick surge that helps to start things with motors and stuff like that. Parallel operation of up to 2 units. You can put 2 others on the side. There's some parallel connectors. And this is important. Equal to or less than 10 milliseconds UPS protection. So I had an inverter, like the EcoFlow has sort of a UPS protection, but it was 30 milliseconds. And I found in practical use, if I switched charging, like I was charging with the generator and then I switched the generator off, things like Anne's iMac would die, and then I'd have to return them on. So less than 10 milliseconds helps for things like that. And here's kind of sort of what it looks like. So let's get a look at it in real life and do some tests for you. So here we go. This is the inverter box. I'd say it weighs maybe 15 or 20 pounds. Not too big. A little bit bigger than a lunchbox because of the leather handle on top. Display here. Over here we have USB, a couple of USB connectors. There's a C and 2 regular type USB. Down here we have light, power, AC, turn the inverter on and off. Over here we have a 12 volt power socket. I think it's rated at about 8 amps, and then a couple smaller 12 volt sockets for stuff probably like laptops and things, and a switch for it. On the side here we have 3 inverter outputs, AC, and they're 20 amp outputs. And also here's the input for the batteries. So it says battery 24 volt. So that's one thing right away that I don't really like, because it's fine for things if you're just going to use this for its power outputs, but if you're going to want to run this off your RV system, which is 12 volt, that's not going to be possible. So I think they've got kind of a problem there marketing to RV crowd that might want to just plug this straight into their RV bank. Anyway, on the other side here we have AC in, so you can charge it off of house power. There's a breaker down there. We've got PV in, which is solar, and it's rated for 12 to 75 volt and 25 amp. And then this is the parallel connectors, so if you had 2 of these boxes you would plug them both in and they would recognize each other and everything would be doubled as far as the output goes. As far as the batteries to set it up, these are the 2 Aolithium batteries to make 24 volts, so you need 2. You can't just put 12 volt into this, and you can get up to 8 of these. They sent me some cables for hookup. The plug-in uses a power pole connector, so it's rated for enough current to handle that inverter in there. So you just plug that in and fire it up. So we'll just plug that in and we'll take a look at what happens when the display comes on. Oh, by the way, these batteries also have an app, so that's kind of nice. You can check out each battery and you can see its wattage, amperage, voltage, and state of charge. Also, I think this thing's going to have Bluetooth to communicate with these batteries, and when it communicates with these batteries I think it can have a little bit extra power as far as charging and stuff. But they did kind of allude to me that there was a way to hold a button or something so that you could use other brand of batteries and still be able to power this. So far it's kind of new to market, and I think they're still kind of developing it, so I'm not getting a lot of answers, or the Chinese to English translation can sometimes be a bit vague. Anyway, that's what I know so far. At this point I'm just kind of testing it and showing you guys, and we'll know more as they get closer to their launch of their Kickstarter program. I just thought you might be interested in this kind of unique power station, a little different than a lot of the other ones out there. So plugged in the power, very easy. Those power pole connectors are easy to put in. Hit the power switch here, and the display lights up and gives you a bunch of different information. You got kind of battery plugged in there. Shows you how much discharge hours are remaining. It says 99 because don't have anything plugged in, but that would also show you how long it is to be charged if you plug in a charger. We got input wattage and output wattage and input voltage. So we'll start turning some stuff on. Turn on the AC inverter, and you can see up here a little symbol comes on. That's a plug, and I can hear some clicking inside. Turn on USB, makes these active. And a little USB symbol comes on there. 12 volt, makes that active, and it shows a 12 volt socket. And these kind of light up just ever so softly. And then as far as light, it does have a flashlight type deal on the front there. First off, we'll test the 12 volt power out. So we'll turn that on. I have a little display here that's part of my camera system outside for security. It seems to work fine. Plug my phone in. Yeah, switch to charge, so that works fine. And the USB-C, I believe, is a 100 watt USB-C, and these are probably the USB 3.0, which are the higher wattage because they have the blue on them. So let's test, see if the AC inverter is working. Let's test this little space heater. It's about 800 watts, I think. Turn that on, see what happens. Yeah, showing 730 watts, so that seems to work pretty good. Next we'll plug her into the wall, see how much charge we get. See, it's flashing there, a little plug symbol. And I heard a click. There we go, we're starting to get some charge going. 344, 350. Looks like 350 watts. Seems like that's all she's got. I read in the manual you have to hook up the Bluetooth link or something to get it to do higher charging wattage on the AC. We'll have to communicate with them and see what that's about, but that seems to be pretty low to be charging the wattage through the power coming from your wall. For solar charging, they sent me out one of their folding panels here. I believe this is a 400 watt folding panel for 100 watt sections, so we'll give that a try. I'll plug it in and see what we get. It's just laying flat on the ground right now. And for that, they just use very small power pole connections for the solar. Plug that in and see what we get. Little solar panel symbol lit up. Starting to charge. 84. Now it's kicked up 266, 271. Seems to be working. We're almost up to 300 watts there, and we're just flat on the ground, don't have any tilt to it or anything. And now I see it says charge full in 8.5 hours. So, all seems to work. I'll continue testing it and communicating with the company. When they get their Kickstarter page up and running, or some videos on it, I'll come back with another video and we'll do a little more rigorous testing of this box, try to max out their inverter, see if it'll run a microwave, maybe the AC air conditioner in the RV, stuff like that, kind of torture test it. Also see how much we can run out of this 12 volt plug, but just wanted to give you kind of a sneak peek of this new product going forward. So any questions or comments, just leave them below the video. Till next time, Ray from Love You RV. Cheers, guys.